This is such a setup for the devil's kingdom, no matter how you slice it. And so many people that are involved in this sham. Look at that. Sentinel surveillance. I bet that's a good video. On basically everyone. Isn't that what I just told you? They're like, this is what we need to do now to keep you protected, in quotes, protected. No, this is what they have been doing. They're just letting you know now. But again, that's all under a manufactured narrative. Evidently, when the prophecy teachers told us that there was like a hard line division between the end of the church age, which I totally believe in, and the starting of the kingdom of the devil and the Antichrist, that they like very hard lines, like chapter ends, new chapter begins. I do believe that for the day of Yom Hadin. I do. But what they never explained, and it's starting to become super obvious, is that it wasn't such a hard line as we thought, because we're still in the church age, and yet you're seeing the presentation, the formation of the dark beast kingdom and his Babylonian whore, which is kind of like his trippy wife, who's a whore, yeah, but a whore against God, meaning she's into all the false gods and false religions. And that's his mate. The Antichrist has a mate, and it's the whole world gone to pot. And that's why God says at the end, when she's just about ready to get it, God says, come out of her, my people. Like, even then, he's still inviting people. I don't want to have to judge you, but I will. Because that's how sweet that Jesus is. Even in his judgment, he's kind. Go figure. Even in his judgment, he's kind. And they hate him. Okay, whatever. But anyhow, so it wasn't quite so hardline, was it? It was more like blended. Like you're seeing the ending coming close to the end of the church age, which is going to be on one of these Feast of Trumpets. Could be the one this year. We're looking at October 17th, and 1 minute after midnight flips over in American time to the 18th, and that moon is at her feet, that matches with Revelation 12:5. Anyhow, we did a whole bunch of talking yesterday about that. You're gonna know, the earth is going to tell you that he's coming and he's mad. And anyhow, you're seeing the blending together of the forming of that whore church, that whore regime, that dark kingdom, that Antichrist kingdom. You just don't know that's what it is because they're lying to you. You think they're going to tell you, not with words, but with the pictures, with the songs, with the videos, with the Rolling Stones cover that we already did a video on. They literally is telling you. Here, I just got to show you this one last thing, and then we'll get to his video. The cover with the three women, Megan. Yeah, there it is. I'm sorry the way they're dressed. I can't do much about that, and I don't know how to put little stripes and stuff on. I don't know how to do that. The takeover. Hello, the takeover. And she wants you to know, that's why she has a big giant cross. And it's kind of almost in her pelvic region, we'll say. Taking over, church, poking you in the eye. And see, notice they're wearing all those same colors as that Lady Gaga video where we pointed out to you all the rainbow colors, but then the people in the black, the face masks, all this hard, and you've got Megan back here, and we already explained to you what Megan, what is her name again? Megan the Stallion. Whew, she's awful, but I'll save that commentary for another day. By her doing that with her hands there, this is like the kingdom of darkness, this neo-communist, Mother Earth gonna feed you. Mother Earth gonna take care of you, but you're gonna do what I want. That kind of feel, that kind of vibe. You understand what I'm saying? Much could be said about these people, but I will spare you that. I do see the cross here and a cross here. She doesn't have a cross, but she's got this sneer. They all do that sneer. I don't even know if these people are females. I don't know. I mean, they can do a lot with their surgeries now. They're $1 million surgeries. They can buy them boobies. They can shave this and shave that and all that kind of stuff. That's all Kabbalah. Blah blah blah. But anyhow, they're telling you the takeover. Now they'll say women and they're trying to make it seem like it's these three, right? But really this is about the goddess. This is about the he she goddess. This is about Ensof, I think his name is pronounced, and Shekinah of Kabbalah, which is a trip. So yeah, that's the takeover. And they're telling you. Nor man-y. Come on. Nor man-y. Is that how that's pronounced? I don't even know who this person is. I know who these two are, but anyhow. Okay, so you're gonna be a good global citizen, right? you're gonna obey good, right? Bump that up for you. Who got scared when you heard Greta has the lie? Did you shiver? She's a mean girl who may not be a girl.
Creative, okay, I guess. Art, stuff like that. Campaigns, propaganda. Rewards, huh? Rewards. And marketing. Marketing. Oh, well then, when you take a look at this here, this video, I was catching this here. Global Citizen Fellowship Program. And they're showing these African kids, and it's all meant to say, we care so much about, kids in impoverished areas, and we wanna empower them, especially the women, right? In order not to have babies and all that. But listen to what they say here. I'll put my volume up.
Throughout the program, fellows will be immersed in the use of digital technology for social change, storytelling tactics that shift attitudes, and the importance of building lasting professional relationships, and the role of innovation in a constantly changing world. Things we know as young people you are concerned about.
So to apply,
and marketing.
The fellowship program takes fellows through a 5-phase curriculum
Throughout the program,
professional environments.
Throughout the program, fellows will be immersed in the use of
fellows, and they show a woman under mind control here, or a younger woman here under mind control on a sofa, looking at her mind control. Listen carefully to what she says here.
Throughout the program, fellows will be immersed in the use of digital technology.
Hold on. The color gray. Coming back to the color gray here for a second. Remember how before I was telling you about how all of those people were wearing gray except the one guy with the camera? And I was telling you that gray was the color of the suit of Tom Hanks in that video, the cover of Once in a Lifetime. And I told you to go watch, or I asked you to go watch it if you'd like. And I'll try to remember to put a link in case you don't know what I'm talking about. You'd have to understand. Maybe I'll just show you really quick, not the whole thing, but he's wearing a gray suit and he's basically making fun of the fact that the western part of the planet is being financially devastated. And he is also going to play, here he is in his gray suit. Gray suit, gray suit, gray suit. The gray, of course, is the mixing of the black and the white, which is the goal of the symbology used of mixing the good and the evil together in masonry, the mixing of that duality, right? Everything with Kabbalah is the bringing two things together in one. Bring the he and the she together in one. Bring God and man together in one. The Baphomet is the angel and the animal. Bring it together in one. The coagulate coming together, but the solvent too, I think is what it is, which is the opposite. The as above, so below. The picture of the arm going up and the arm going down. The heaven come to earth, right? Like that whole thing. But so the gray, the mixing together, and other channels talk quite a lot about how they always have clothing that is in line with the black and the white in some way or another. Oftentimes the floor is the tile black and white. Not for everybody that has a black and white floor, if you do, but for the Masons that use that, and then they catalog it in videos and put it in front of your face. It is their visual information of their religion of bringing the evil and good together. So you've got, a child abuser, shall we say, who likes pizza, who gives millions of dollars to some, children's hospital or something, right? Like they would call that a good thing. And you'd be like, no, the child abuse pizza thing is evil. Like you don't mix good and evil together. The good that they do doesn't cancel out the bad that they do, right? It doesn't work that way. And God is the good, and the evil is going to get it one of these days. But anyhow, so the gray suit thing, the gray suit, gray suit, gray suit. So he's not only making fun of the fact that you're going to lose everything through inflation, and specifically hyperinflation with, the house, the car, the wife, and later his bicycle all going up in purple smoke, and asking the question, oh, well, how did I get here? Here it is. How did I get here? Well, we robbed you blind while you didn't even know it. And here's the Loansharks, and he's swimming in the pool of money, and he's still in his gray suit. He's still in, well, here it kind of looks blue in the water, but I'm telling you that there's the Chinese fish of communism, and your government borrowed billions of dollars from those fine people with that political, tyrannical agenda. The love of communism. Communism loves you. But this is neo-communism, right? This isn't atheistic communism. This is paganistic communism, and you get to become a fake god. Anyhow, back to the gray suits. Everybody's losing their job. Everybody's wearing gray suits, or the majority. The majority. He's wearing his gray suit. He's on his bicycle. They all get their pink slips. So many of you have as well out there in America. She's drunk and has died now. He's going by. He's going to ask the question again. What do I do now? How do I work this? Okay, this is a transition where they're all wearing either black and white or gray. These are all the bankers. And in tandem, they're dancing together while they issue the credit to you. Oh, you want some more money? Oh, okay. And communism and the war on the not wealthy, waged by the wealthy elite who manipulate the financial system above you and have it so complicated that at the end of the day, they are just going to kill the creditor. We talked about that. But the gray suit, the setting you up. Okay, so anyhow, and then here in the gray suit, this whole, group of people are the bankers that are putting out the money to you. In fact, he even does a little dance. It took him 2 days to learn it. The water hold me down. We talked about the water is the debt. You're going to be flooded by debt. The Antichrist rises out of the water. Water in the Greek is salt. Salt is a currency back in the day. And water in Revelation 17, the whore comprised of the people sit on the many waters. There is a spiritual thing I don't have time to get into right now with the water. Adam was made from the dirt, the natural man. Jesus the Christ was baptized and filled with the Holy Spirit at his baptism, I said. When the Father spoke and said, "This is my Son in whom I am well pleased," he was dipped in the water. Because water, sorry, I had to say it like that, water. Anyhow, the water is contrasted in symbology. 1 Corinthians 15 will explain all this to you as a celestial, or we'll say celestial, of a special measure, a special magnitude, if you will. Much more could be said about that, but we'll leave it at that, except to say that out of the debt from among the people, this special Messiah will come, but he's not the real deal, and we'll leave it at that. And he's awful. And his false prophet, who looks like Popey Pope, it raises out of what? The earth, and much more could be said. But anyhow, they are trapping you up with the debt, and you'll be slave. Whoever's going to be here for it, the unbelievers, are slaves. Not only because Paul says so in Galatians, and Jesus says so with sin, John 8:34, but they're also literally stealing everything and going to leave you holding the empty paper dollars that will probably be worth $0.0, which won't buy you much food for those who want to be here for that. And that's coming one of these Feast of Trumpets.
Water, hold me down. Water flowing underground. After the money's gone.
After the money's gone. Did you see what he did with his hands? That's the doling out of the money. Oh, you want to borrow more money? And you see, here's the little Asian fish laughing their butts off. That's what's going on. So the celebration of the gray suit. Do you think it's a mistake that all of those people at that luncheon were wearing a gray suit? I mean, seriously, out of all the clothing choices and colors they could have picked, all of them except that one guy was wearing a gray suit. There's a reason for that.
Once in a lifetime. Water flowing underground. Same as it ever was. Same as it.
Right, and this is making fun of you because they think you're stupid. I don't think you're stupid, but they think you're stupid and that you're not going to get it. Obey. So basically, they want to give these people the fruits of the devil. Just kidding. My husband does that. With these phones to get indoctrinated.
The tech would be new to them, and then they would be enticed by the tech because, yeah, I mean, if you haven't seen a smartphone before, it's a pretty incredible piece of tech.
It
and
is.
then they'll see that, and then they'll see, oh my gosh, they're giving me this, and now I can go and do this stuff that they're telling me to do. Whoop. Made that big for a second there.
Will be immersed in the use of digital technology for.
Why'd they call her fellow? Why'd they do that? Webster and all those dictionaries are getting together to literally change the grammar of they, 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 which is plural, meaning more than one. You know that? They want to change the pronoun of they to be in accord with calling a singular human being. My pronouns are they, them, and blah, blah, blah. Right? You've heard that before. They're actually going along with that at the highest level of redefining communication through, the re-education. Noahide, re-education day. Much more could be said about that.
In terms of the two characters, I don't know who these people are.
I don't either. And this girl with the short hair, was she in one of those pictures, or am I just wrong? I could be wrong. I don't even remember what picture it is. Did you see the picture with the black girl that had the short hair? Wouldn't that be weird if that was the same person, which it may not be. I don't know. I mean, they don't label anything. Here. Who is that? Does that look like the same girl? Help me out. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. That's not helpful. Oh, that's a topic for another day, the unicorn. Sorry, I'm a little spazzy with the tabs. I think I lost my tab. Let me find that for you. Okay, here we go.
I guess they're artists or whatever. But she's got on the men's coat.
Yeah.
Almost like a tuxedo coat here. With
Oh, okay.
the Obey shirt.
Obey.
Of course. Now, we'll check this
Great
out
and
here.
great.
Because look at Beyonce, Obey. Be good, do good. obey is good. And there's Beyonce making the face there that she's so excited to program all these people. And then they use this type of propaganda here, photos of people allegedly around the world. Obey good, do good. Obey good, obey. Obey is what it is. And people will remember that as the Obey clothing line, which again it's so crazy because it's as above so below. It's the opposite, it's the inverse of what they say it is, because they say, oh yeah, the Obey clothing is actually meant to kind of push for civic activism and stuff like that, right? That we want people to stand up for their rights and stuff. But no, really, it's obey. I mean, really, that's what it is. I mean, what else can it be? You don't put this type of clothing on with this message on and claim, oh, it's really about freedom. You see here how they use the they live sort of character to try to get people to buy it. But the message is obey, obey. And here's the communist, with the 5-pointed star there.
Communist.
The closed fist, which I talk about a lot, is a belligerent symbol. It's not a friendly symbol. It's a war symbol. It's an uncompromising symbol. It's a resistance symbol. It's a defiance symbol, right? And that's why they use it in the feminism and all kinds of other movements, LGBTQ, X, Y, Z. Obey, obey, obey. You just see, and they use that kind of inverse or that, palindrome type. I don't know what you call it, like the Rorschach sort of thing, where they, you get the ink splot and it forms the mirror image on either side.
Yeah, he talks about also some of the clothing where it looks like the stripes of the prison.
Is meant to program the masses into complying with the New World Order.
Yes.
It's not to stand up. It's to really obey, do what you're told, basically. So the Beyonce, and we all know Beyonce is very high up in the Illuminati sort of hierarchies, definitely an A-lister, massive programmer. People talk about her MK Ultra programming and videos of her at like NBA games and stuff where she looks like she's under mind control. I don't really dig into that stuff, but these people are clear Satanists. They don't hide it at all. And they make the symbols all the time. And she's got a Baphomet ring that she wears when she performs. And, like it doesn't get more blatant than this. It's pure Baphomet.
Not only the Baphomet or Baphomet, but also this is the flesh, the clay flesh that your Bible tells you that God is the potter, right? And he's going to shape whatever he feels like shaping. And he has two categories of humanity that he's shaping. Number one is vessels of grace. That would be the church and the general assembly, the dead in Christ and the living in Christ, that love Christ, that are going to be part of his new creation, that are now, but you haven't got your body yet. You get your new bodies, Revelation 12:5. Get your new bodies. The redemption of the flesh for those who are ready. So that is your clay flesh that Daniel 2 talks about, that kingdom that does not adhere well to the what? To the iron. And you have that represented here. And Nicholson talked about that quite a lot. And you do have the Baphomet weird skull gross thing here and here. But this is a visual marriage of transhumanism. And this is also the Lord's warning to you of this group of psychopaths that would come forth mainstream, really, saying that we want to pursue godhood through technology and through witchcraft at all costs. And they have probably been making and nurturing the Antichrist for a long, long, long time. And he is probably on that 33rd, what do you call that, a parallel or something? There in Syria on that Mount Hermon in the tribe of Dan, okay? Anyhow, so the marriage of the clay flesh and the technology, the iron technology, the robotics, the AI, the hooking you up to the internet, the giving you the illusion of a superpower, the VR world that will be blended with your regular reality. and it does not adhere well. And so, Miss, woman possessed wants you to do good and obey. Yeah.
Symbolism here.
He's
Satanic
talking so
symbolism.
quiet, and I can't make it louder
And
on my
it's
end.
all in your face. So these people are not at all. I know that people that listen to me understand this, but there hopefully are people that will come in and understand that these people are not at all what they pretend to be. And this actually, yeah, this is what it is. It's obey.
Yeah.
It's obey again. Obey, be good. Do what you're told. Right?
There's also, this is your classic seating too. As you look at this, there's a reason why over here on your left-hand side, she is serving food. And this is how Satan works. He's so slick with his lies. It looks like, oh, you're doing a good thing by feeding homeless people or, whatever. But in all reality, what this is if you don't obey, you don't eat. Because then over here, at least in my feed, look at this. Pork prices soar 15%, Hormel Foods and other meat plants shut down, hundreds of workers down. And that's just for starters. The oil plummets as global economic collapse intensifies, entering critical, probably says time, so on and so forth. This is, we're in control. And remember, Megan holding her whatevers? That's reverse demonic Mother Earth. That's you want to eat, and that's why she's holding her boobs or whatever, right? Because babies eat from boobs. That's the idea. If you want to eat, you will obey. That's the message. Do you understand? And the whole neo-communistic, paganistic flair with the coming Kabbalah wizard. Man, I don't have joy in my heart for those who have religion but did not get born again and will be left behind for this AI Antichrist, solving the global problems by doing what? Murdering you for Mother Earth, Midsommar. And anyhow, so much more could be said.
People that listen to me understand this, but there hopefully are people that will come in. Clothing website here. Look at this.
This is the sun. Look at that. Sun worship on each letter. Are you serious? Obey. Whose lips are those? Good grief.
What bizarre. Look at this here resembles the virus. It has the viral sort of spread.
Oh, that's smart. Yeah, I was thinking of the sun rays as well. And you can really see that reflected here in that's your sun worship. That's your paganism. That's your Romans 1 where God gets mad. And as it has been before, so shall it be. You worshiped and served the creation instead of the creator, and he throws you away. Why? Because you threw him away. And then you stayed in that maintained unbelief, which is the unpardonable sin. There's just a million different ways that you can do it. So all the stupid clothing of obey, peace. Is that... okay, there's so much that could be said about the Kabbalah Tree of Life. I will probably do another video in which we will discuss that. So much more could be said. Anyhow, thank you so much if you stuck with me through the whole thing. I really appreciate it. God bless you.